All right, my friends, I want to share some quick tips about video editing. Not so much video editing, but video recording. I don't want you to be a video editor, by the way. I want you to find a service that does this for you, or just shooting basic videos like these. So over the past really 5 years since I launched my business, I've spent a lot of money on equipment, on figuring this stuff out. And what I have found, this gets you to close enough, okay? Number one, when it comes to your video equipment, your software that you want, is your actual video, okay? So that's first and foremost. I have just found your iPhone, your Android, whatever phone that you have, if you're just gonna shoot a video like this to where you don't have to do a screen share, you're not getting on a webinar, you're not sharing a PowerPoint, anything like that, then your camera phone is probably the best thing that is out there, okay? So that's first and foremost. Now, if you are doing webinars or you need to be able to share a PowerPoint and things like that, then just buy a simple Logitech camera and put it on top of your laptop, okay? So that's number one, is just the actual video equipment that you use. Part number two then gets into the audio. And the audio is super important, it absolutely is. But I don't like to have my audio equipment in the shot. And I just want to do a plug and play. So the best thing that I found is actually this microphone right here. It's a Shure microphone, MV88 Plus, and I like to just put it off to the side. If you wanted to put it right here, I probably could just put it right here. And in front of you, that's probably what I should do, to be honest with you. But for my setup in my hotel right now, I just have it right here on the side because I don't want it in the picture, okay? So I use this microphone because I can plug it into my phone, number one, because it sounds a whole lot better than your actual phone audio. But number two is I can also plug it into my computer as a plug and play option when I'm doing those webinars. So I understand that the Blue Yeti podcast microphone, it probably sounds better. But again, I just want good. Done is better than perfectly undone. Good enough within this process. So that's the microphone that I use in the process because it's so versatile with your phone and with your laptop. Number three then gets into the actual lighting. So number one, like your lighting, the best lighting that you can have just comes straight on from outside, okay? So that would be my recommendation, is if you can have a window that you have coming straight on your face and then have a background, then that typically looks best. That's not always the case, right? Or that's kind of dependent on if it's raining outside or if it's sun, and there's a lot of variables that go into natural lighting, but natural lighting is the preferred method. If you don't have that, which I don't always have, again, traveling so much and being in hotel rooms, is I would recommend, I'm going to turn my camera around, showing you that I am in my hotel room here, is just having a ring light, okay? So just a ring light, whether it's straight on. So a lot of times I'll put my camera phone right inside of the ring light and have it straight on my face, okay? So just depending on your layout, that a lot of times is the best that you can do. So just having a ring light, whether it's coming on one side, straight on, or the other, is typically the best. And the ring light, you can adjust the actual, if it's a white light versus, I don't understand all the lighting settings, but you can adjust the lighting based on, coming on your face and the brightness and all that kind of stuff, okay? Another thing, talking about the lighting, if you're actually on your computer then, and you're using the Logitech, is if you download the Logitech gaming software, then you can adjust your brightness on there. So I know a lot of times you'll get on a Zoom meeting or something like that, and you can't quite get the lighting the way that you want it. Now, inside of Zoom or GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar, there are lighting settings in there, but I have found if I'm using my Logitech, and I believe it has to be on a Logitech, if you download this software, you can do a lot of different things to adjust your lighting that way, okay? Now, the last part of all this is your actual background. So if you can tell here, this isn't an actual brick wall, okay? This is actually nylon, and it's about this wide, all right? So, basically the length of my arms here, and I can travel with this. I can have this set up, like if you're in your home office and you want to do a video and, you just want to get in the studio and go, this is a great tool for you. So I use anyvoo.com, anyvoo.com. I'm not, I don't get money from them or anything like that, but that's just what I found is the best for me. And I love it because, again, I can travel with it on the go and being in hotel rooms, because it's a big challenge for you. You're kind of dependent on the hotel that you're in to be able to do a lot of those kinds of things. But I just like to have a consistent setup. So you can have a background like this. You can customize your background. They give you a bunch of different options. I know a lot of people like to have their logo, but for me, what I found is, because I have one of these that just has my big 90-day sales manager logo, and it feels like a commercial. So a lot of times it's just as good just to have just a generic background. I will say they have a white background, but white is kind of challenging in my opinion. It doesn't come out the best. So typically a darker background a lot of times comes out the best. You could also have a green screen one. So on the back side of this is actually a green screen. So I can flip this around and it'll be a green screen. So I can do videos that way. So just some different tips that I wanted to share with you as far as the equipment that I've learned to use over the past really year of traveling. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars figuring this stuff out. And, for most of us, done is good. Done is better than perfectly undone. Just get it to 80%, okay? Just get it to 80% and you're going to feel good about it. So thank you for that. And then also, I think this whole time I was looking over here. So one last key tip, this is like that unedited, authentic video, is figure out where your camera lens is, okay? So my camera right now for my iPhone is over here to the left. So I should be looking over here the whole time. I have a tendency when I shoot videos is I look at my own self. Because I want to like feed off of my own energy, but a lot of times, again, like think about how the person on the other end is going to be listening to you. So a lot of times you want to look at the camera, figure out where the camera lens is. I have a hard problem with that when it comes to webcams too. When it comes to these Zoom meetings, because I want to look at either the person that's talking or I want to look at myself, and I forget that there's 100 to 500 people on the other end of that line that I want to be speaking to directly. So just little tips and tricks that you're going to learn along the way, but it'll get better and better and easier within the process. I hope this helps.